Hi guys, I'm going to do a really quick review on the Garrett Pro pinpointer, the original one, not the Pro Pointer 2 or the Garrett Carrot. This is the original Pro pinpointer. I'm going to do a quick review on it because I've had it for 4 years, and I personally think 4 years is a long time to have a product that you use pretty much every day. So just a quick review of how I've found it and what you get with it and the couple of problems that I found with it. So it's up to you if you want to get one or not. Have a look at this video and you can make your mind up that way. Let's have a look. Okay guys, so here it is. Here's the Garrett Pro pointer, how it arrives in the box. So when you purchase one of these, it will come, excuse me, it will come in a box like this. So we'll have a little look, see what the box looks like. Garrett Pro pointer, the professional pinpointer. That's what it says on the front there. Looking all lovely. And on the side here, got a little diagram of what it's used for here. Pinpoint the location of detected targets quickly and precisely. And that's exactly what it does, and that's what you want it for. You will find the Garrett Pro Pointer to be an indispensable tool. 2. Speed target recovery, definitely. Accurately find small objects, definitely. Prevent digging large holes, occasionally. That depends really on how you use your actual detector itself and how you pinpoint with your machine rather than with this as to how big you're going to dig a hole. But overall, yes, I kind of agree with that. Don't forget, I'm reviewing this after 4 years of using it, guys, so I know what I'm talking about. Identify multiple objects in near proximity. Yes. Search in tight interior areas, walls and ceilings. Yes. Serve as a utility pinpointer for locating metal pipes, conduit, rebar, etc. Yeah, I have actually used it for this. I was installing a TV on the wall, and I wanted to double check that there was no wires behind there because there was a plug very close by. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't drilling through the wall into any wires and etc, and there wasn't. This came in really handy to find out if there was wires in my wall. So it doesn't just use, it has you can use it for other things other than metal detecting as well. Locate nails and metal wall studs in homes. Yeah, that's basically what you said. Yes, that's that side. Let's have a quick look what it says on here. Garrett Pro Pointer features one-touch operation. Yeah. Audible and vibrating alarms for pinpointing coins, relics and treasures. Yes. Alarms increase in intensity based on target's proximity. Yes, I'll go through that with you in a little while. Pinpointer tip and side scan capability in one pinpointer. I'm not too sure what that means. Pinpointer tip and side scan capability in one. I'm guessing it means it's a whole 360 detection. Scraping blade for sifting through soil during target recovery. Yes, that's very handy. It means this bit here, the scraping blade. It's already built in. You don't have to attach anything. IP66 standard waterproof rating. Unit can be washed under running water or operated in the rain. It can also be operated in water as well. Up to, and I've found you can't really go any further than the button. So all this is submersible. It obviously doesn't recommend it there, but you can do it. It says you can use it in the rain, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why I say don't go any further than the button in water is obviously it's not fully waterproof, so you don't want to get water in your button section because then it'll go inside, and obviously the speaker, you don't want to get it in there because then obviously it dries up and then it starts making the components inside go rusty and it will malfunction. So you don't want it really to get wet past the button. So do take care if you are going to use it near water, which I do all the time. I'm on the beach. LED light assists in low light condition recoveries. I suppose so, yes, the light has helped me in the past. Woven belt holster, yep, great, you absolutely need that, otherwise you've got nowhere to put it. Operates up to 30 hours on a single easy change 9-volt battery. Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Quickly show you the diagram. There's your holster, it clips onto your belt nicely. Your light obviously shows you using the scraping blade there. Obviously this whole section vibrates and the alarm goes off through the little speaker there. On and off screw for your battery compartment there. That's your power switch. Your LED light is there and your scraping blade. And this whole section here is your actual detection area. It's a whole 360-degree detection area. So anywhere from behind my finger there, all this section here is it detects metal all the way around. So let's open it up and have a little look what's inside. And here we are, guys. This is everything that came with it. Well, came with my one. Don't forget, I'm doing a quick review here from 4 years of use, so it doesn't look like it's supposed to, like it does in the box. All the yellow writing has worn off, as you can see there. But this is what I got. I got the box, I got the holster, I got the pinpointer, I got an instruction manual, a user manual, and obviously a warranty. It's a 2-year warranty, which is very handy because after about 2 years, things start going wrong, which we'll get to in a minute. It operates at 12 kilohertz. And this is something I didn't realise, but the operating temperature, it will work minus 37 degrees up to 70 degrees. So that's interesting, I never knew that. But yeah, that's your user manual and your warranty card. So let's have a look at the holster first, shall we? Lovely little holster here, and obviously it's been used, but this Velcro bit is very, very handy, just to flip over your belt and then quickly attach it with the popper there. It's absolutely brilliant, and the actual pointer itself fits in here lovely. Trying to use one hand here, not the very best demonstration, but if you see, it fits in and it's not coming out because it's the way it's shaped. It's shaped a certain way, so that the thicker end, no matter how hard you push that, is not going to go through. So you can quite safely have this on your belt and just plonk your pinpointer in your holster every time you've finished using it, and it's safe. You know it's not going to fall out. So that's that. Let's have a look closely at the pinpointer here. This is information here, so it's got little codes on it and stuff from what you buy. Let's take the screw top off. This simply unscrews, and inside is your battery. I've put the battery in there just for this video purpose. It's not going to stay in there. Now I've got a bit of card in here. Now I'm doing a review, don't forget. So the reason why that card is in there, I'll put a link up here to a quick fix that I did for this pinpointer, because it does have its problems. Now in the video that I just put a link up there for, I showed you this little tip here, how to fix a wobbly battery, because that's what happens with this. Them springs get pushed down, and this gets tightened every time you change a battery, and over time the springs do become loose, the battery doesn't sit properly, and it will lift up from there. So when your cover's on, your battery's not tight enough, and you're going to have it's not going to work very well. You know, it's going to keep going in and out of connections. So what I didn't mention in the video that I did is that, take this card out, there's supposed to be a little spongy thing glued onto that side, so it's got a little bit of a push on it. Mine's fell off somewhere on the lines, but even when that was on, I do remember having to put a bit of card in there even when that was on there, because it was only made of foam. So every time you're doing this, you're squashing the foam, and over time the foam will keep its structure to the, you know, however hard you've pressed it. So I highly recommend, if you've got one of these or thinking about getting one, that you just get a bit of card or something that you can permanently stick in there, just to make sure that it holds the battery in place. So that's one little fault I found with it, but it didn't happen straight away. Like I say, when you first get it, it's absolutely fine. This is something that happens over time. I'd probably say coming up to 2 years actually is when it started playing up and I had to put card in there, but it all still works exactly the same. When you put the card in there, you have no problems. I mean, all you're doing is simply making sure that battery is pushed down and it's got connection. So yeah, it's not too much to worry about, and like I say, there's a video up there that shows you how to do it, but I've just shown you really all you do is put a bit of card in the back. That's all it is. All right, let's show you the rest. So as you can see, over 4 years of use, it's got very worn away. Look at the tip section there, how worn away it is. The scraper blade that is across the top here has worn away from here. It's just starting to disappear, and eventually, I don't know if we can see, but if you eventually look at that, it's getting worn down so much that it's actually going to start exposing what's underneath, and then it really will malfunction. If you get a hole in this, the chances are the whole thing's going to be buggered. So the solution to that is putting a cover on it. Now I'll put some pictures up in this section here, so if you look at them pictures there, you better see that you can buy covers that protect this, and I did have one. I'll put a link up here to a video of, it's a really quick, like 30-second clip of me pinpointing when I had the cover on. I took the cover off eventually, and then I misplaced it. I couldn't remember where I put it, and then I've been using it for probably the last 2 years without a cover on it, and this has happened. So I highly recommend buying a cover for it and using it, a silicone cover or even a hard plastic cover, but something that protects it, because the plastic will wear away eventually, as you can see there. So that's 4 years of use, and it's got to this stage now. But anyway, as you can see, the yellow writing's all worn away. The speaker. Now that's an interesting part, and I've purposely left this little bit of dirt in there so you can see how easy it gets clogged. Now that I do believe it's a bit of sand or a small stone or something that's got clogged in there. And it does matter, because over time you get all sorts of stuff clogged up in the speaker, and if you don't take it out, you don't hear it very well. Obviously, you can imagine the speaker becomes muted, and then you solely have to go on the vibration. And if you're like me and you detect the beach, the sound of the waves, and if you've got cold hands, you really, really need to be able to hear the tone sometimes. And if you've got your headphones on as well, and the sound of the waves, it's not good. You can't really hear it very well, and sometimes you can't even feel it vibrating if you're wearing thick gloves and you've got cold hands anyway. So always make sure that is unclogged. So ideally it could do with a bit of a bigger speaker or something, but it's not too bad. And just there is your light. So you see that? There's your light, look. So that's okay. And this is another thing that I've had a problem with over the last 2 years is, well, no, probably last year actually. It was fine for 3 years. The button. If you see, I'm pressing it and it's just going straight off. It's not supposed to do that. Press the button. It's supposed to stay on. So this is still usable. I've got a metal stool under here, so it should pick this up. So it's working fine, but I have to keep my finger on it. There is a certain way of doing it. If I push it like slightly up and slowly take my thumb away. It didn't work that time. There is a way where it does stay on, but it's not playing ball. You see I'm having to pull the switch back there? And then slowly take my finger off. It's not working now, guys, but it does work like that. But I'm showing you a review. So this is what's happened to me after 4 years now. It's not. Now, this button, you can take this off and you can replace it. I'm going to put a picture up. Boop, picture somewhere. That's what I found on eBay. You can get replacement switches for them. So if you have got this problem and you want to fix it, or if you're thinking about getting one of these and you bought a second-hand one and eventually it starts playing up with the switch, then you can buy them and replace them yourself. The only thing with that is that you need a soldering iron. You need to know how to solder, because you're going to have to get in there. And my sources tell me it's quite a fiddly thing to do. So I've found another thing on eBay. I'll put another picture up. Boing. And that's a replacement service. So he'll charge you, I think it's £16, I think it is, and that's that includes posting it, him fixing it, and sending it back. And it's a 2 to 3 day turnover. And he's got good feedback, so you know he's recommended. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. If you want to get your pinpointer fixed, if you've got a button problem, so it's not a bad way of mending it, I suppose, if you want to carry on using it. So I mean, if you look after this, no matter how long you have it, if you do look after it, you know, you can fix that battery problem when that goes with just a bit of card, because it will go. I mean, so many people have had these, and over time the battery will become loose. So as long as you've got a bit of card or something in the end, that will stop that from happening. So I recommend doing that. And the button obviously is the other problem, and as you've just seen, it's fixable. You can fix it. You can buy some stuff off eBay and fix it yourself, or you can send it away and get it fixed. Or obviously, if it does any of these things while it's still under the 2-year warranty, you can send it back to Garrett and they'll replace it or mend it for you as well. So that's pretty much what I wanted to do. It was just a quick 4-year review. I mean, this is what's happened to my pinpointer over 4 years, and it has been used a lot. A hell of a lot, and it still works. The only snag I've got is I've got to hold my button in. I've got to hold it in. Oh, there you go. Look, it's finally done it. See? Now, if you hold it in sometimes and then let go slowly, it will stay on, and it will still function as it's supposed to. So it's a good pinpointer. I do recommend it. But if you want something that's going to last longer than 2 years, then I would think about looking elsewhere. Because, look, you can see how much it's worn away. But it's done a very good job for me. It's brilliant. You know, I've really loved having it, and it's been a godsend. I mean, there's a lot of things I've not been able to do. I wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't have this. So I'm really happy that I had this. But it's come to an end now. It's time to get a new pinpointer, and yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this now. I think I'm going to keep it for a little while, and I'll use it as a backup just in case my new pinpointer isn't as good as it makes out to be. I will come back and use this one again. So having said that, I've got to give this high praise, really. The Garrett Pro Pointer, yeah, I can't really complain too much. The things that have gone wrong with it are easily fixable. and it didn't break for the first 2 years. Nothing went wrong with it, so it was in its warranty. It worked fine. After that, you start finding problems, but they're easily fixable. So yeah, I do highly recommend buying a Garrett Pro pointer. And now obviously guys, this is the Pro pointer original one. They obviously do Garrett Pro pointer 2 now, and there's obviously the famous Garrett Carrot that's flying around now. So they're probably the ones that are recommended now. But if you do happen to pick up one of these cheap, if you buy a second-hand Detector or anything like that and they throw one of these in, then at least you know that you can fix it. It'll only be small problems with it, and you can mend it yourself or get it sent away and fixed, whichever the case may be. Yeah, spin you around. That's my review on the Garrett Pro pointer, the original Garrett Pro pointer. I've had some fun with it. I've really enjoyed my time with it. It's really helped me out, and I do highly recommend getting one. Probably second hand now, because I don't think you're going to get one brand new. You probably still can. They probably still stock them. But looking about now and what you see everyone else using, it's probably time to start thinking about getting the Pro Pointer 2 or the Garrett Carrot. So but if you do happen to find one of these cheap and you buy it and there's a couple of problems with it, chances are it's going to be the battery or the button, and they are fixable. So based on that, I do recommend it, and I've had some great fun with it, and I've been stuck without it. I would have been stuck without it. That's pretty much it, guys. That's my 4-year review on the Garrett Pro pinpointer. So if you've got one or you're thinking about getting one, good luck with it. I hope you have as much fun as I did with mine. Until next time, stay safe, good luck, and happy hunting all. Whoop, whoop.